Everybody, we're shooting live right now from Sole Supremacy. We got myself, Samson, my friend over here, Deshaun, and we got a special guest today. So we got Derek over here, the owner of Sole Supremacy. Hey Derek, appreciate your time. Thank you for giving us a brief moment just so we can talk to you and learn some things about the business and see what we can take from this, and hopefully we get inspired ourselves in order to start our own business.
For sure.
Cool. Right. So first question I got for you, Derek. How did you come about this idea for reselling shoes?
It was weird. Like, I never thought this would be what it is today. It was just, the situation just came about because I lost my job, and basically I was doing it for so long, and when I lost it, I was just like, man, what am I going to do? Like, what's next? So then I just didn't even look for employment, honestly, for like a couple months, and then a couple months went by, and I'm just like, man, I got to do something. So I just looked at my closet, and I'm just like, I'm not even doing anything with these stuff. I mean, I wear them daily, but there's half that I stocked, and I didn't do anything. So I was like, just to get some income, I was like, let me just start selling my shoes. And I mean, typically back then there wasn't Instagram or Twitter or any of that stuff. So I just went straight to Craigslist and was just like, typed it up. I used to type it up, and I would make, basically I typed it like every single day. I would type different lists of what sold and what hasn't. And I was just like, man, this is getting tiring because I'm doing it over and over and over again. But I realized, I was like, I'm getting more money than I paid for some of this stuff.
Nice.
And because I never sold before.
Yeah.
I was just like, because I just collected just strictly for collection purposes and the passion. And then once I realized, I started getting more for my sneakers than I paid for them. And then I was like, I can't just keep on typing on Craigslist every day. So I made my own like blog site where I just listed my inventory, and all I'd have to do on Craigslist was post the link, and just like, hey, you guys want something? Here's a link. They click on it, everything would be for sale with the condition and what the prices were and stuff like that. And then it just snowballed and just kept going. And it's really hard to explain because it just happened organically.
Now,
that's awesome.
Question to kind of branch off that, I guess I could say, since you said before it was a passion.
Yeah.
So now that's become, I don't know if this has become more of a job for you, or is it still?
I mean, there's days where it feels like just a job.
Right.
But I mean, most of the time it feels like I'm not even working because I love the shoes. I love interaction with people. Like, I just love the chase, I guess, of like copying collections and buying them and grabbing them and stuff like that. But I mean, me personally, I don't collect anymore in terms of like stocking. If I'm not going to wear it, I won't buy it.
Really?
Yeah. Everything I have now, I wear. There's nothing that I just stock and be like, hope like, oh, 3 years from now, I hope it's worth this much or whatever. I'm past that phase. Like,
nice.
I mean, I guess it would be smart to do so once in a while, but I mean, it's just, for me, I'm all about just a quick turnaround.
Correct.
Yeah.
Question. I guess this is a question for me.
Yeah.
Now, I am not necessarily in, as they call the shoe game. I've always been the type of person that, oh yeah, I want the shoe, but either, I can't afford it, whatever the case is. What would be your advice for someone who wants to get into the shoe game? Like, where would they start?
I mean, you're saying like you have to be accepted. You don't, though.
There you go.
Like,
there you go.
It's not like, oh, I'm gonna be cool now because I got these or whatever. You just, my thing is, and people always ask me like, oh, what would you choose, this or this? And my answer is nothing. The choice is yours.
Correct.
Like, I'm not gonna influence your style or your life. I mean, I'll tell you, I like this one more, but if you like this one more, then go with what you like. Like,
Correct.
there's no point for you to be like, oh, I think his answer or his reasoning is better or not. It's not. It's just your own opinion.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you're not heavily deep in the game, I mean, I don't think you should buy like from us. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, if you just like shoes to like shoes, like there's no reason to pay over retail.
Correct.
Or like pay $500 or $1,000 or whatever. If you can't get it on release date or walk into Foot Locker and Champs and get it at retail, then just go to the next pair that you like.
Right.
You know what I mean? But everyone is different. I mean, a lot of people in this game are OCD and they have to have certain things, and like, it has to be tied. The shoelace has to be tied a certain way, and like, it's crazy, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
So something that came across our mind when we're thinking about some questions to ask you and stuff, and anybody that, on a regular basis, if you start a business, you starting to sell shirts or whatever it is, you always got like the homies or family that always want the hookup. Yeah. Like, hey man, it's like, can you hook me up with a free pair of J's? I'm pretty sure you probably heard that from tons of friends. Or hey, can you hook me up with a job and everything? how are you able to like separate that and turn people down and not be a dick about it?
I mean, it's really hard. But and I mean, I would say every relationship is different. Because I mean, just say you have a friend that's like, just say he's like a professional athlete. Just say you have a friend that's a professional athlete or something. You're gonna give him free stuff because they have a huge following, like, and they can promote your business and stuff like that. And it's just business. But I mean, if it's just the homie, like, you have to explain to him, like, this is my way of living. Like, this is my way of putting food on the table for myself or for my family or for my kids. I would say at worst case, like, you give it to them at cost. Like, that's the worst case. Like, you just be like, I'll give it to you for what I paid for it. Like, or like what it cost me. Like, if it's a shirt, like $10 or $12 or whatever it costs. And and that could be your son. And I mean, if they don't support you even at that, then they're really not supporting you at all.
Correct.
Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, they might not even be your real homie. But a lot of people are hard-headed and they think like, oh, you guys made a brand and now you're cracking and it's bomb. Like, they should give you free stuff. But it's like, if they truly support what you do and who you are, like, because you should probably support them in whatever they do. Like, I mean, if just say they have their kids have a birthday present or birthday party, you give them nice presents or whatever. You're supporting them in a different way.
Correct.
But I mean, it all comes full circle. But I mean, you'll see who really is there for you. You know what I mean?
I was YouTubing. That's what I do all the time for some reason. It's like it might as well be a job for me to watch videos on YouTube because I'm always doing it. But when I search Sole Supremacy, I hear about the beater box. Like, how did that's like, from all the videos, it's like gold. It's like, let me show you.
For me, like, I don't even know how I guess I kind of like saw like Diamond Supply Co. like, and they did their mystery box, which is like, $100 you get like 8 shirts, a sweater, and whatever. Like, I mean, if you bought it at retail, you're paying like $200-300. But they're just getting rid of old inventory that they didn't move at probably their cost or even under cost or whatever, just to give back to the people that support them. For us, it comes down to like, what differentiates me from other stores is like, I take everything. Like, if your shoe is whooped, like, I'll still try to make you an offer. Like, I mean, it's up to you if you're willing to accept it or not. Where most stores, they wouldn't even take it because who's gonna buy it? You know what I mean? It's hard to market. Like, if I just post a beat on Instagram, like, oh, this is all beat up, separated, like, people are just gonna hate and be like, why are you selling that crap? Like, blah blah blah. So I just took it in, and it's a way for us to get rid of inventory like quickly. Even at cost, like, most of the time I don't even make money off of it. But it's for people. It actually provides, should I say, jobs for people that aren't even involved in Sole, because they buy it and they restore it and they clean it and then they resell it themselves. But it's just shoes that I don't have time, or my team doesn't have time to restore or clean and stuff like that. But yeah, it's just weird. I used to have to put pictures of each box and be like, this is what's in the box, and I had to put it by size and like how many pairs in each box for it to sell, and sometimes they would take like days or weeks to sell. And now I don't even put how many pairs are in there. It could be any size, and it sells out in 5 minutes. It's like,
it's insane.
But it's just organically happened, like, because people see the YouTube videos and they see it and they're just like, man, this guy paid $500 for this and he resold it for like $700 or $800. And he just put in the time. So it's crazy, but I mean, I enjoy it.
That's good, man. You're completing the circle. You know? People that, and then people learn from that, like people that want to get into like the reselling sneaker business and stuff like that. It's like, if you could resell the items that are in a beater box, because you're not picking and choosing like, well, I'm only gonna get the hot item, or I'm only gonna get the hyped item. Like, if they could sell a beater box, then sooner or later they can open their own store potentially, because they know what it takes to do it. So
that's true. So as far as collections now, most of us start off with Nike, Jordan brand, etc. What are you into now?
I have like 2 or 3 Nikes maybe, and Jordans. Like, it's like so limited now. I have majority Adidas Ultra Boost now because it's just so comfortable. Like, it's like unmatched. It's like crazy. I didn't even get on, should I say, the hype train. Like, I didn't even get on it like right away. Because I wasn't like anti Adidas. I was just like, I'm cool with my Flyknits and my Roshis or whatever, just because I've transitioned to like, I just wear whatever I think is comfortable. In terms of, and it's not like what I think is in style or whatever. I also wear designer shoes now. But yeah, it's either comfort or designer, and that's it.
If you can just take the torch off the Statue of Liberty and replace it with a shoe, What's that one shoe you would put up there?
I don't know. I guess it would have to be a Jordan 1.
Jordan 1?
Yeah, it's just an iconic shoe.
It's an iconic shoe.
Yeah.
It's the grail right
Yeah.
there.
Just that simplicity, like, yeah, it's just classic.
It's like the platform of shoes. Not me personally.
Yeah,
I'm not a.
I mean, it's what started it all for a lot of people.
Correct.
Just like Jordan wearing them and stuff like that. But I mean, it's just a classic silhouette to me.
So with you selling shoes and everything, and you were making a little bit of money in order to, pay whatever bills you had to get, how were you able to, get the actual income to continue that process?
I mean, for me personally, I worked at my previous job for a long time, and I mean, I didn't stack crazy money, but like I stacked up and I saved.
Mm-hmm.
And I used that as like my seed money to start this. But what I realized in the process of me selling my shoes that I'm getting more money, I realized like I was doing it, one, because I had nothing to do. So I was like, might as well sell my shoes and do something, be productive until I find a job.
Yeah.
But I realized I was getting more. Then as that process went on, I was like, there's people out there just like me that either lost their job or did something that have to pay a bill or their car payment or credit card or whatever. And they need money too.
Correct.
So since I have this like seed money or this side money, why don't I use that to just try to help other people get their money fast, like same day if they need it, then boom, and then I'll take their stuff and resell it and take the time to make a profit on the other end. But it's just realizing that there's people out there that were like me that at any point in given time they need money for a certain reason and they need it like that.
Yeah.
To kind of branch off that, since you said that it was a struggle to get started, of course. I mean, everything's a struggle, regardless. It's a struggle to learn how to use a bathroom. But in a nutshell, what are some of the biggest sacrifices you had to make to keep the company going?
I mean, it's just if you're willing to put in the time.
Yeah.
I mean, you could have like, I mean, when I started, it was like 25 or 26 or something like that. I don't remember the exact age I was.
Now you're 27.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like 19. But, yeah, it's just putting in the time, because I mean, there's times out there where it's like your friends. I mean, when you're that age, like they're out clubbing, partying, like doing whatever, and they be like, "Yo, what you want to do?" I'm like, "No, I'm grinding. I'm good. Like I can party. I'll take that one or twice a month to go out and chill or whatever. But on a daily basis, I have to be productive.
Correct.
And if I'm not productive, then something's wrong."
Yeah. I know, like putting in the time and effort, that's always the biggest key point. But obviously, running a business, there's gonna be like some learning experiences that everybody goes through. I mean, off the top of your head, what are like your top 5 like learning experiences for starting your own business, and how were you able to overcome them?
I mean, I don't know if there's 5 or whatever. A lot of it is getting the right paperwork in order, because I mean, there's certain things you have to do to protect yourself and stuff like that. But I think like me, because I started it myself, like I did it by myself for basically 2 years. It was almost easier because the only person I managed was myself. Like I was only in control of myself, where I don't have to worry about other people or anything like that. But I think the hardest when it comes to like when you're at full fruition is managing the people and just what's going on a daily basis, knowing how to reach your customers. But it all comes with just having the time and putting the time and the effort in. I mean, because everyone has different hurdles. It might be like money, and I run my shop way differently than other people. Like typically, like shops when they open up, they're typically like consignment, which means like you leave your shoes here and I don't give you a dime until it actually sells. So their overhead isn't that much. But for me, like I went the route where, hey, people need money right now. Like I'm gonna invest my money and hopefully I can make enough back, like quick enough to get it back to buy more, and so on and so on. So it really just depends on what your own principles are and how you want to go about running your business. But I mean, there's things that can be avoided easily, but it's just also, I don't want to say you want to go through those trials and tribulations, but you should and you have to.
Yeah,
because you learn from them and you grow from them.
A little bit back to like your own personal philosophy on business and everything. So I mean, I follow you on Instagram. I see what you guys do, and me coming from my own like job and stuff, we're always talking about caring for and cultivating our own people. Yeah. And I see that a lot too. Just from my own learning experience from what my job training, And I mean, what are some great points that you can throw out there to help maintain, you know, happy employees and, you know, keeping your business going and all that stuff?
I mean, for me, it's based on my own experience. Like, my past job, like, I was the best. I'm trying to be cocky, but it was a fact.
Yeah.
There you go.
And like, there was no, I mean, I guess you could say there was a little bit of special treatment. Like, I got to make my own hours and stuff like that, and come in whenever I want and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, there was like no monetary compensation. I mean, of course, we were like commission based, so like I made my money, but there was no bonuses. And like, what struck me the most is kind of like when I left, like, it was just like a couple of people said, all right, like, thank you and goodbye or whatever. But after that day that I left, I probably stayed in contact with one person or like two people. Like, it's just like I dealt with hundreds of people, and it was just like, oh, you're just employee number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And like, once I left, okay, next man up. Like, I mean, they can't technically replace me as my production, but they can replace my body. And it was just like, I don't want to say it was awakening, but it's just like, I don't want to do that again. Like, just slave hard. And even though I got paid well, like,
Still.
I don't want to slave hard and not be appreciated.
Correct.
So like, and I mean, a lot of my guys, like, some of them I didn't grow up with, but most of them I did grow up with. So I mean, they're family to begin with, pretty much. So it's like, I always want to take care of them, make sure that they're good. I mean, they struggled with us. Like, I mean, what, 8 years? Like, we're 8 years deep.
Okay.
So like, people that just follow us now be like, oh, Sole's killing. Like, I want to be Sole. Like, blah 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 blah. But it's like, they weren't there for the whole 8 year like grind and struggle. Like, so like, I mean, if you were with us in the very beginning, like I by myself, like, there's times where I didn't buy shoes because like I didn't recoup the money yet, so I have to turn down collections. Like, no, I can't buy it right now because I got to make this. Let me sell like 30, 40 pairs, and then I'll come back and I'll buy it or whatever. And I mean, that's a situation where I don't want to be in because they're coming to me because they need money and they want things. And when I decline them, it's like I'm disappointing them. So I actually don't want to disappoint people. And I mean, that's one of my goals, to get to the point where it's like I never have to turn down anything. As long as people are realistic about the price they want, of course. But yeah, I just have to take care of them, appreciate them, and show how much their hard work means to me and means to the company.
Nice. Definitely.
So family's big in your case.
I mean, it's not even, like, I mean, there's people that they started off as customers and now they work for me.
Nice.
And I didn't know them a day before I started this. But it's just like I've grown in my relationships with them, I trust them, and just want to show them that they're appreciated.
On that note, do you plan to expand, meaning open other stores? Or
I mean,
do you want
it's always in the back of my mind, like, oh, let's grow bigger, let's grow bigger.
Right.
But at the same time, it's like the trust that goes into running the show or the shop is just like, it's so hard to find good people.
Correct. I remember, I think I seen a tweet of yours about that one time.
And it's just like I mean, I told them before, like, I mean, if I wanted to be just like greedy and whatever, I mean, I could be here more hours and I could hire like teenagers or young kids that just love shoes but like want to work for minimum wage. But I can't leave my shop and take a vacation or go home early to view my, because I don't trust that they're gonna run the shop the correct way, or that I'll just say money's gonna go missing or shoes are gonna go missing. Like, I'd rather pay my guys 4 times as much, 5 times as much, because I trust them, and it's worth the peace of mind to just have that.
Appreciate your time. I know you're a very busy guy.
It's all good.
Hopefully we'll talk to you soon, and probably be back here soon to buy some more shoes.
All right, cool, brother.